Good morning. Good morning, good morning. I just ran to go and get a drink real quick to like bring it over here. We don't have any. How is everyone? Okay, so today we're going to do... Hi. Today we're going to do some little details around the house. So hopefully we can bang out the roof. And I can show you a couple different ways that you can do that. And then we're going to do the windows, the doors, and maybe this porch here. But I don't want to pack too much stuff in one day, you know? So we're just going to kind of see how we get along. Obviously, the banner and the lettering and the little doves, those are going to be the very, very last because some people don't have them in their pattern. So we're going to bang out all the stuff that everybody has first, and then the extra stuff will be later. And even if that means next Monday or next Tuesday, we're going to wait on that and make sure that we get everything done. Okay? Yes, you did hear an oh no because I went to go grab a can of Coke from the fridge so I could get a quick drink before we started, and there wasn't any in there. I didn't put them in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a red door. I think it's going to look really, really great with the fireplace, and then I'm going to have a little wreath here and then a red or white bow on the wreath. And then I think I'm going to do, I've just pulled out some colors. I was going to do like a gray roof, but I still might do a black one because I feel like that would look really nice like that. But again, we'll see. And then I'm going to do the same color casing around the windows as I do the roof. And then I'm going to do white for the insides of the windows and just a really thin black line for the plus signs in the middle. So hopefully that's a really good overview. Obviously, you can choose which stitches that you want to if you don't want to do the same ones as me. I'm kind of learning my lesson from the other Cosy Cottage Stitchalong because I did a regular satin stitch for the door and I don't really like how it looks. So I'm going to change it to a split stitch for the door. I'm going to fill in all the windows where I didn't fill the windows in before. And I feel like they look a little bit like not finished, if you know what I mean. So that's kind of the plan. I know a lot of you don't like the split stitch because it takes forever. But I'm just going to give it a go and see what we can do. I'm going to do the red, like I said, 3 strands for the door and the split stitch. So hopefully that will make it look a solid color but a little bit textured. And then I can also get a really good like curve line on there. So I'm going to do all of my split stitches straight up and down. So if you have to put some lines in there, you can. Even the soft stuff around the door is going to be straight up and down. And then if you need to move any of these, meaning that if you made your, like when you traced it and you made your pattern, if you made it a little bit weird, this is the time to change that now. So you want to like do make sure all of your lines are exactly where you want them, because once you start stitching, it's kind of too late, you know? So here we go. Hey, good morning. I've got to catch up on a few days, but excited to catch up on today. How are you? Loving the gray. Love, Amanda. Oh, thank you. I'm good. We have some not so great news, and that is that a kid in David's class is tested positive for coronavirus, so the whole class is off, and that means that David is working from home now for the next 9 days until next Thursday. So that's not ideal. So we have just sent him upstairs for the morning. And then obviously all of the shops open in the UK today. So I'm going to, well, I've got a delivery coming at 12. Someone's going to come drop something off. So I'm going to tell him to stay away when he drops it off. And then, oh dear, yes, Patty. So we've done the split stitch before, just real quick. We've done the split stitch before. And all you're doing is you're splitting each stitch. And I'm making mine small so that you can really fill them in. Yeah, so the girl who tested positive, she didn't go to school last Friday and she didn't go to school this week. So technically, if anyone would have been showing symptoms, it would have been by now, if you know what I mean. Because what do they say, 5 days? But obviously, as a precaution, his whole class is off. So they're doing online learning until next Thursday. So he's just trying to sort that. And they've given everyone this year their own laptops that they get to take home. But the laptop isn't like the most amazing thing. So it's like having trouble like running all the programs and stuff. And then he has to set up like a document camera thing. It's almost like my gooseneck phone holder, but it's like this and it's got a bendy neck and then there's like a camera at the bottom so he can like record doing himself the work, like doing the work himself or doing himself. No, that's not the kind of thing we're going for. So yeah, it's like a document camera, yeah, but it's bendy, so he can like video his face like teaching the lesson, or he can like move it like that to like show the work like I'm doing right now on the phone. So they've given him one of those, but it doesn't seem to be working very well. There's like a big echo. It's been a little bit of a stressful morning. So that's what we've got going on. And then I have to go restock all my threads today because the shop's open. So I'm staying away from him just in case. What does he teach and what age? So he teaches year 6. So that's like grade 7 in America. And they're about 10 or 11 years old. 11. So even the small ones you should split. And then he's got his birthday is tomorrow. It's like all happening for him, isn't it? His birthday is tomorrow, so his brother messaged like, "What are you gonna do for your birthday?" Or like, "What are you gonna do?" And he's like, "Nothing. I have to self-isolate." If you don't laugh, you'll cry. Do you know what I mean? Hey, Tori. So excited to start this one. Hi, Laura. Laura went to Hobbycraft this morning to get some threads and fabric for the Stitchalongs and patterns that she got. And actually, I'm kind of a bad business owner because the 15% off pattern sale is still on. So if y'all want any patterns, I would hurry up because technically I should have turned it off on Sunday. And you can still get the first kit for $24.99 if you want that. And I'll turn them all off. Or put them on hold maybe for Harborne Handmade so that I can have a little deal for Harborne Handmade. But bless him, what a week. Yeah. He's got gout as well. Yeah, he's still got gout as well, so he can't walk very well. Oh my God. This is just a dream come true for him, isn't it? This week is, yeah. So obviously if you want to do satin stitch, regular satin stitch, you can fill it in with satin stitch. It's totally fine. I just felt like on the other two, when I did that, it didn't quite look right. Like it didn't look finished, you know? So I'm trying the split stitch just to make sure that I fill it in all the way. And then also with the split stitch, you can kind of bend the lines a little bit. So if you have to put in a couple more little stitches here and there, then that's okay. So I'll probably end up doing a straight satin stitch for the middle of the windows because those can look, one, they can look square. Do you know what I mean? They can look, that's fine. And, ooh, I thought I ripped my needle out, but I didn't. And, they're supposed to look like kind of glossy, do you know what I mean? So you could even do it like on an angle, like do your satin stitch on an angle like this. And it would almost give that like glint on the glass effect, you know? Like sometimes the glass looks like that, I feel like. So, yeah. But a lot of these, like final details and things, you can definitely change them a little bit to make them how you want or a little bit different. Or if you see how I make them, you can think, oh, I would like mine to be not like that. That's for sure. And that's fine because these are the little details that make your hoop a little bit more personal to you. And this is where people's hoops will start to look really different. And I think that's so fun because you can kind of look and see like, oh, they've added Christmas lights to the top of their house. Like, that's really cute. Or like, oh, they've put Christmas lights in their bushes. I think that's called a vajazzle. Just sticking with our regular, you know, not right chat. Or they've added snow to the top, or they've added whatever, you know? So it's always fun to like see what everyone else's looks like. Sarah. Please don't share pictures of anything else other than your hoop. That's not what I mean. That's not what I'm talking about. But yeah, you can really like personalize them. Do you know what I mean? And like make them, I'm going a bit rogue now because I'm trying to like speed it up. But yeah, these are like the small details that you're like, oh, I could do that to my hoop, or like, oh, I could add that, or I could add this. So my goal today was to do the door, the windows, the door frame, and the roof. And then if we had time to do maybe the porch, but we might just do the porch tomorrow because I feel like that's going to be way too much, you know? So we want to keep them into manageable chunks that pulls trousers back up. Oh, I'm such a party pooper, aren't I? Just spoil all the fun. What do you call it? Spoil sport. Wet blanket. There you go. Aw. Sorry, I'm trying to keep it like PG this time. Most of the stitch-alongs turn out like this, you know? Do I need another one right there? I feel like this line is not very... Okay. Okay. See, I really like the door like this. I feel like it like fills it in a little bit more and gives it a little bit of texture. You guys crack me up. I mean, hi from South Africa. Hi. This tutorial I would love to see from beginning. All the videos are on IGTV and YouTube. So if you want to see it from the beginning, start with the prep video and then go by days, day 1, day 2, day 3, all the way to all the days. And that's how you can learn it from the beginning. I would highly suggest buying the pattern, please, so that you're not stealing work. That would be great. And the pattern's in the shop. It's 15% off right now. So there we go. All right, I'm gonna do the windows first, and this window here and this window here. And then from there, I'm gonna do the casing after, because then I can fill in any of those overlines, you know? So if I stitch the middle a little bit bigger than it actually is, I'm gonna go for 3 strands of this as well. Then the straight lines I put over top for the casing can be super straight, and I don't have to worry about going like right up against it. I can just stitch over it and it will make a straight line. So the pattern is a digital download, so you don't have to actually, like, you're not gonna get anything physical in the mail at all. It goes straight to your Etsy account or straight to your email if you check out as a guest. You do have to put in the right email though. I had someone put in the wrong email and then they were like, I can't find it. I put the wrong email in. And I'm like, well, you have to put your actual email in. But it happens so many times though, because sometimes people have different emails for work or for like social things like family and friends, you know? And she just got them mixed up. So that's okay. But yeah, you don't get any physical product shipped to you. It's all a digital download. And then you go find your own materials. The materials list is in the pattern. Am I missing anything? I do ship internationally, but not for this kind of thing, if you know what I mean. So here we go with 3 strands, and I just chose white. I thought that would be fine. Obviously, you can choose like a light yellow or something. A very, very light blue for the inner part of the window would look so great. Yes, that's totally true. Let's see, before I get too far. Almost like a window pane. Almost like this. Of course, Jessie's hairs are everywhere. I picked up the other Stitchalong with the flowers in the bag over the weekend, and it's going to be my New Year project. I'm so excited. I'm excited for you. That would look nice. Hi, George. I think I'm going to stick to my white because I feel like I'm just going to waste time by picking colors. You guys know what I'm like with this stuff. And then afterwards, we're going to outline all the things. Okay, thanks for that. Well, check your website. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not stealing your I want to just watch how different stitches are done. That's okay. There's also, you're allowed to watch whenever you want to. But some people have tried to like not pay the price of the pattern and just like draw out themselves. And there is a free stitch along like that. I do a free stitch along every February. So the next free one will be in February. And then there'll also be a paid one in February for anybody who wants to like do a little bit more, you know? But also because as a small business, I can't afford to have a free month where I make no money. Yeah, but like a couple people I've noticed have tried to like draw the pattern out themselves. So like they'll take a screenshot from my Instagram or from my website. And you can always tell because things are a little bit distorted because like if you take a picture like this and the pattern's like flat, yeah, it's the pattern. But if you take a picture like this and the pattern is like distorted and then they trace it on their fabric like this, so the finished product looks like this, like it's on an angle. And I'm like, I wonder how it got that way. That's interesting. Okay, so I've done the satin stitch there. I'm just going to pop on over here because the back is completely filled. And I'm going to do them on an angle and see if that works. And like I said earlier, I'm definitely going to make them a little bit, my stitches a little bit wider than the actual line. And then I can go back and put the door casing in nice and straight and square. But yeah, I also pop free patterns in the Facebook group too. So if you're ever like, I really want to do it, I do have materials, but I just don't have, I think they're like $8 right now or something. I just don't have $8 to spend on that. And some people genuinely don't. So like, as much as, have I just perked myself and then bled on my, no, okay, good. Whew. I almost had a meltdown. And some people genuinely can't afford it, you know? So, like, there's no shame or anything like that. But there are free patterns in the Facebook group. So there are lots of opportunities. And then every February, obviously, I do free pattern for National Embroidery Month. And then there's also tutorials online, not only the Stitchalong ones, but there's basic stitches too. So I feel like there's lots of ways that people, if they don't have money, they can still, you know, do embroidery, and they can still chill, basically. Will there be one in January? If there is, it will be a mini one for like 2 weeks. Not free in general. It'll probably, normally in January, I don't do one because I'm prepping for February, which is the free Stitchalong and the paid one. So because I'm doing free 2 Stitchalongs at one time, it takes a bit more planning, if you know what I mean. So normally I have January off, but I do realize that if we finish this week or we finish next week, that means it will be like a month and a half with no Stitchalong. So I'm trying to see what I can put together for that, if you know what I mean. So we'll see. It might be another like short three week one like this one is. So it's not like so long. I really like that. That looks really nice, like on an angle like that. And then the Cluttery says, do you have the hoop propped up? And I do. I'll zoom back out. I got my hoop stand. It's called a lap stand from a charity shop. So it looks like this. And you're supposed to sit on this part right here, but obviously I have it on top of the desk. So I actually don't sit on it, if you know what I mean. I put the brick on. I used to have soup cans that I used, but the thread kept going on the soup cans and they were falling over. And my mother-in-law had these bricks at her house and we found them in the back. And I said, can I just have a brick? And she was like, oh my God, what for? Like, are you going to try and murder David? And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. I just want it for my hoop stand. But these are sold at Hawthorne Handmade or Cloudcraft. You can also sometimes find them at Hobbycraft, although every time I've gone to look, because I was going to do a big giveaway because I finally hit 30,000 followers, and I just think that is, like, insane. Like, I just think I cannot believe it. So I was going to do a big giveaway with a hoop stand and everything, and some threads and some patterns, and have, like, a big bundle to send out. But every time I go to purchase one, they don't have one there. So I might have to see if Hawthorne Handmade or Cloudcraft have them in stock right now. So maybe I could buy one from them. Or maybe we could do a giveaway together or something, you know? That could be fun. But yeah, I'm a little bit cautious because, you know, like, people follow and unfollow and follow and unfollow and follow and unfollow. So I'm like, I don't want to say anything until it's definitely 30,000. It's wild to me that many people actually follow me. Like, I'll never get over it. That's such a cute idea. Yeah. Because, like, I want to say thank you, you know? Like, that's, like, thank you for being here. And some of you have followed me since I had, like, 100 followers or 1,000 followers. Like, that's just, I just can't believe it. Like, who would have thought that me and Jessie and our little honky pig all these people want to see us. Oh, let's be real. If I post anything other than embroidery, people are like, can you just go back to embroidery, please? I have one in the post for Christmas from Hawthorne Handmade. Oh, that's amazing. Laura's laughing at what I'm saying. And then Kate says, I've asked for a Hawthorne handmade one for Christmas for my parents. Oh, that's such a good Christmas gift. I actually have two because one of my friends was selling one. But I use it like for my like hoops. So this one, like my Stitchalong kind of like stays on this one with the brick and everything. And then when I stitch like other hoops, I like to use the other one. I'm spoiled. But she was selling it because she used to do embroidery. Now she doesn't anymore. Wouldn't be alive if I didn't hit the camera. That's something I am looking forward to. Looking for though. Robin Lynn, if you're still in here, I would like a stiff-armed phone stand. I cannot find one anywhere, but if you can find one, then buy it. Or I'll pay you to pick it up. I just had an idea that maybe I should do a light gray for the roof. So I might see if I can't find, like, maybe that would look really nice. Or even, what if I did the sparkly thread? What if I did the sparkly thread like that for the roof? Is that too much? Is that too much going on? Is that like way out of control? If I did the sparkly etoile thread for, where did you come from? Like that? Is that like too much? Finally, a suggestion for Christmas. The problem is that all the things I want are expensive. Like, I'd love some jewelry from Buff Jewelry. If you don't follow Buff Jewelry, then definitely go the sparkles rock. I'm going to do it then. I'm going to do the sparkles on the top. Do it. That's going to be so cute. Okay, I'm going to do that. All 6 strands, and I'm going to do my stitches like this way. And then they're going to meet at the top here. So they're going to come down like this. And then this side will come down like this. You could also do this way if you are really committed. This way will be easier and way faster, whereas this way will take a bit of time. And you'll probably have to do a long stitch on the top and the bottom just to like cap off those stitches. So that's why I'm going to do it this long way. But again, this is where you can kind of figure out what you want to do, how you want it to look, and the direction of the stitch can like really add buff, B-U-F-F. But the problem is that I would like a ring from them that they've just released, but I don't know my ring size. So I might have to have them send me a ring sizer, but it's B-U-F-F Jewelry. And it's 2 of my friends. That's where I got my other ring from. It's silver and it's like a circle. I'll show it to you because it's really pretty. This one. Looks like that. Normally I wear it on this finger. Yeah, but so pretty, such pretty jewelry, and they make it all by hand. Really, really nice. Okay, so I'm gonna start in the middle. No, I'm gonna start at the bottom, at the top right here. Ooh, scratchy, scratch, scratch. Okay. And I like to lay my stitches down like this. because I really want to cap off all of those stitches on the side. So if you put it too far away, you're still going to see all these little stitches that we did before. And if you have to do a little bit over, then do it over. You know what I mean? If you have to like put it over things you've already stitched. Overlap. You can hear this go through because it's all the sparkle. Oh, that's gonna look so pretty. I got a ring sizer online, very cheap, literally a plastic strip with numbers. Yeah, I think that they sell that, or they don't sell them, but they'll send you one because they're Birmingham based. I don't know if you've seen them. So the one girl used to run a jewelry thing called Bug Lives Here, maybe. And then they got together, the two of them. And she had all her jewelry in a little house. It was so cute. And she did like little containers of like Marmite and like, it was really adorable. But then they started this other company. Here it is 10:30. And this company is more like minimalist kind of. Huh. I bought some of their earrings from the hedge last year. Gorgeous. Yes. Aren't they so good? And like the quality is amazing. Oh, I'm going to look after this. So they're new rings. They're like a rectangle, like a skinny rectangle. And then they've got a choice of 1, 2, or 3 stones, I believe. And they put the stones in the rectangle. So it's like a thin kind of band with like a rectangle on it. And then you can choose the birthstone that you want in there. So Sarah, that would be gorgeous for you because you could get the birthstones of like you, your husband, and your little baby, you know? Because it's 3 and you guys have 3. So that could be really cute. Yeah, it's 10:30 here too, 10:33. Okay, so there we go. There's the roof. Obviously, because the stitches are really long, you're going to get that same like poofy effect, kind of like we had with our house. But I think that could look really nice. Like, I don't mind it there because it looks like it's the roof, you know? And for this one, I'm using the white color of this, what's it called? Etoile thread. Yeah, Sarah, isn't that cute? So the one I was looking at just had 3 diamonds in it because because I thought that would be really cute and like it would go with everything, you know, like without having the color on there, having color on my hands. All right, so the last thing we have to do is outline. Uh-oh, here we go. Hold on. Oh, thank you. Okay. Amazon. Okay. Embroidery brings us together. Definitely, it's my favorite thing in the morning. Aw. Okay, so the very last things that we have to do is outline everything and do the door casings. I thought this was going to be a lot quicker than it is. It's because I did the, whatchamacallit stitch, isn't it? Split stitch for the door. It always takes longer. Speaking of cheeky baby, she's awake from her nap, so I'll catch up later. Bye, Sarah. Okay, so the last stitch at the top. There we go. How cute is that? I love that. And then obviously you could do the same thing for the door around the window casings if you want. Let's see how it looks. I feel like it might be a little bit too much. But that's okay. It might be okay. If we did 2 stitches around each one close and one farther. DMC did have a sale. Did you guys get any? They had a sale in the pack. Miriam says, yes, I got some A12 threads too. I wasn't expecting them to be fluffy and soft, but I do love that texture. Yeah, they're much different than the other like sparkly threads that they offer, which is good because I really don't like those. Tempted to buy sparkle thread. You should give it a go. Try. So I don't know if this was a good idea or not, but I'm going to go with it. So the very last thing is, like I said, to outline all the things. And I like to outline with just a really thin black. You can do a back stitch or you can do a stem stitch for things like the curve of the door and the curve of the windows. But I find that, when you have a dark color of thread, then it's really, just wait a minute. Then it's really okay to do just a back stitch with a dark color because you won't be able to see any of it, you know? You won't be able to see all the stitches where you can see all the stitches with a light color thread really well. This one might need another one, eh? Oh, that's cute. Okay, I'll do the other one later so I can do the outline so you can see what I mean. Because it's already quite a long video. With nowhere in this pandemic, hobbies keep us going. Therapeutic. Yes, definitely. All right, let's get some black. Black. Oh. That's not like me. So I would probably do, you can try on yours, how many strands? That's another one that people always ask, like, how many strands? What I like to do is, this is 2 strands, and you can just hold it up and see, is it the right kind of line that you want, or do you want something a little bit like more skinny or more bold? I'm going to go with 2 and see if that. To use that sparkling thread was such a good idea. I was going to save it for the birds because I thought that would be like kind of magical looking, you know. But I really wanted to have a lighter color roof so it looks like snow. Okay, if I can just get these out, then I can show you the next part. Come on then. Okay, and I also like to use a little bit skinnier needle for this because I can get a smaller hole. Nope, they're not both in there. Susanna says, my son started online classes because we're in isolation. His teacher has COVID. And I need the Stitchalong like coffee. Yes. I don't continue on the weekends. I only do Monday through Friday. I did do a couple that were on the weekends, but people need breaks, you know, to like catch up. And it just works better to have a bit of a break. So I'm going to do the door first. Hi, Jessie Bessie. And you want to go right in between these, so don't cover up. Don't even start with that freaking peg, girlfriend. So I'm just going to do the back stitch so you can see. I've got a knot already. Are you kidding me? Can you just give me a break for one time? Like one live? So you can see that it just kind of, like all the stitches go together and then you don't actually see each stitch. So we started this about 2 weeks ago. And then it might finish on Friday. It might finish on next, maybe Tuesday. It just depends. Normally I have them all the days planned out, but for this one, some people didn't want the banner and some people wanted the banner. So we've kind of added some extra days for people who do the banner and people who don't want to do the banner. So hopefully that makes sense. So when you have the dark color thread, they all kind of blend together. You can't see each stitch. I know I've said it like 4 times now, but this is what I mean. So you don't necessarily have to do a stem stitch or like a fancy stitch for an outline when you have black thread, because all the stitches, like, they just go together and they just looks like a straight line. I have a simple hoop, watching your stand and how easy it makes it to stitch being free from the handheld. Yeah, sometimes I like to hold the hoop. Like normally if it's a smaller hoop, I'll just hold it because there's really no point putting it in the hoop stand for a small hoop. But for big hoops, it really helps my wrist. And you can really go quite quickly, except for weaving. I don't like doing weaving on the hoop stand because I like to turn my hoop round and around. So I think that's like the only thing that and then let's do from the bottom to outline the door. And I'll do the bottom of here as well. Probably not the whole house, but just, I guess I could if I wanted to. And let's jump up here. I mean, I think y'all get it. Like, it's not that difficult to like outline stuff, but just be a little bit careful with where you put your lines. So the more stitches that you put in a row like this, the more opportunity for the line to go crooked. So even like this right here, I could have done one straight line and it would have been super straight. So for the window, that's what I'm definitely going to do, is do one straight line. All the lines will be straight, and I don't have to worry about if my 2 lines together are like this, or if they're like that, or if they're a little bit overlap. You know what I mean? Like, you want to keep them nice and straight, especially with things like a house, because it can very quickly turn wonky. The other thing is that around the curves, you want to make your stitches a lot smaller. And that is so that you don't get a very geometric looking round window. You want it to be round and smooth, not necessarily like boom, boom, boom. A very technical term on my part. Boom, boom, boom. don't know why the Amazon guy said wrong house. Did I just accept a package for someone else? I didn't even look. I'll find out later, won't I? Okay, now if you remember in the pattern, I had a line down the middle and like this. And a line horizontally as well. So let's try and do that. So this is another one where like take your time, make sure that you get it in the right spot, because sometimes if they're a little bit off, that's like the first thing you see and you're like, oh, that's not in the center. And for some people, it will really bother them, and other people, it doesn't. So if it doesn't bother you, then that's fine, you know? But for some people, it really will. So it's always one of those things. Like this line on this side is just a little bit lower, and that's really annoying to me. It's just a small little thing, you know? But you might as well take it out and do it right when you know. Now, you can take this outlining as far as you want to. You can outline the whole house. You could do the whole roof and everything. So meaning you could do a little line like that. It just kind of caps it off really nicely on the top and bottom. And then obviously on the ends too. And then the edges of the house. It just depends on how much you want to do. Some people really hate doing outlining like this. It's just too much for them, you know? But some people really like it, and they outline everything, like every plant, every tree. Like this right here, this would be getting outlined, you know? All of these things would be getting outlined because they love an outline. What have I got here? There we go. Okay. Well, guys, that's pretty much it for me. This looks amazing. I've got a few days to catch up on. And don't worry if you don't have time right now. This is a really busy season, and that's why I was gonna like push it back a couple weeks so that we ended like the 20th of December or something. And then I was like, no, I can't be doing that because people just get busy. Like, yeah, we're all supposed to be staying at home. We're all, you know, meant to be like trying our best to stay safe, give space, whatever the hell he says. But the honest part is that it's just a busy time, okay? It's just a busy time. So if you, try not to split your threads like that when you go to do the cross. See how that's like splitting them? Because it's going to pull that one up. So you want to go around those. Make sure. So yeah, that's why I make sure all the videos are saved. You can always go back and watch them if you want to. The Cluttery says, this is so calming. I'm not even stitching along. I'm just watching. Lots of people just watch. Actually, I don't know if it's a like a compliment or not, but someone said that whenever they're really tired and they can't sleep, they put on my Stitchalongs and they fall asleep. And I was like, oh, okay. Great. I'm sure that they meant it as like a nice thing, you know? But I just found it really funny. I was like, oh, okay. Am I just my voice that boring to you? But they said that it's just stitching slowly, putting it all together, and it's just really calming. Oh no. I do have enough for just this one more stitch. If I can just do this one more thing, then I'll end the video and everyone will be happy. Looks great. The outline makes such a difference to the door and windows. Yeah, so if you go this side, how it looked before, and then this side, what a glow up. Because I think it looks really great. Patty says same. To get some ideas of colors. Yeah. There we go. Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. I love it. Okay. So that's it for me. This was a really long one. I'm really sorry. But I hope you enjoyed it. And remember, you do not have to finish this all today. You don't even have to finish it all this week. You know, maybe save some for when, if for Christmas you do have people over and you're stuck in that annoying family conversation that you're just like, yeah, okay, good. This can help you zone out. You know, save some for that. It's like the power of makeup, 100%. It's like that glow up show. I've never seen it, but I think this is like the same premise, isn't it? So there we go. I hope you have a lovely, lovely, lovely Wednesday. I am gonna have some lunch. And then I'm going to go venture into town and hopefully restock some kits for you guys. So that's exciting. So enjoy your day, and I will talk with you later. All right? Bye.